Gang. This your boy Hyphen Jersey. You're tuning to Hyphen Eagles. Man, yo, it's been a little bit and been a lot of stuff that been talked about. I like my last video with AJ Brown and he going on to the talk show and speaking about how he felt about a lot of Eagles you know Eagles, a lot of people talking on the Eagles and everything. There's a lot of rumors that's going on and a lot of stuff. Yeah, it just been a lot of it's been an interesting off season already. Like with a lot of stuff that's going around, a lot of talk. A lot of changes, a lot of different things, the people opinions, and how just because of how the Eagles look, how the season ended in the playoffs, how we went one and done and everything. So but yo, before anything though, before I continue, you already know I gotta put up. If you're coming from different platforms and you coming from like, you wanna join in and conversate and you know just join into the show, you can follow the YouTube channel right there. Follow me, man, and let me see. Let me know how you feel and your opinions. We appreciate all the followers, the likes, the subscribers. We definitely so you don't hesitate to join in. Don't hesitate to let me know how you feel, your opinions, and you can also follow me here on Twitter. That's where I'm at. So man, continue to follow, continue to be updated, and like it's much appreciated. But I'm not gonna wrap you out too long. Like just a little brief things I want to touch over, dealing with a lot of stuff that I've been hearing. About Jalen Hurts and everything. Like I've been hearing it. I've been hearing that a lot of things of his leadership and a lot of people the way how a lot of people feel on the way he's becoming a leader or not becoming a leader. Some people feel like he's a leader. Some people don't feel like he's a leader yet. You know, um, opinions is opinions. People feel how they want to feel. It goes around, and but I just want to tell you how I feel about it on my of me, how I feel about what Jalen Hurts is doing and what he set on the team. I feel like he's a good leader. Like, I feel like he got more to learn of a leader. It's a lot to learn. I feel like he got more ways to go to develop more of the chemistry of setting the offense where he wants it to be at. Um, he got more to go of leading the offense in his type of way instead of like, you know, allowing a lot of the plays just to be the plays. Like, um, he does, because like I said in my other video, he does do a lot of checks and he does audible, he does change stuff, but at the same time, you know, I know some of the things that he doesn't do because he's trying to fill out and get a chemistry with the coaches and everything, and that's what you saw dealing with last season. And that just take time on him actually take a 400% control of a team like Tom Brady, and you see all these other type of good quarterbacks and what they have done of their leadership in like Joe Montana and John Elway and everything. Like, he's not that yet. You might say he's not a Patrick Mahomes yet of that type of leadership. But sometimes I question Patrick Mahomes leadership myself. Like, but he's not a Drew Brees yet. He's not there yet, but he's getting there. And I'm pretty sure and I feel like he's on the right track. He's been good enough. He's been good of a leader. The way that he rallied his team and his speech and he talked. A lot of people probably just want to see more when it comes to him verbal as what he do, but I don't see what they see that he's not doing of saying questioning his leadership of him leading the team. I don't see it. I see that he leads it right. And then like AJ Brown said on the talk show, like he's a leader in his own way. You can't expect uh uh a player to be exactly how you want him to be just because you want him to be that way. You know, if he's doing what he's got to do, if it's not his fault, the reason why the team is losing, then he's good. Like he's there with the team. He picking the team up. He's there. A lot of people want to see him smile more. They want to see him laugh more. I see him do that. Just because you don't see him on the camera all the time doesn't mean like he's not doing that. Maybe he's just not a camera type person. Maybe he just doesn't do things on camera like your people want him to see. But these players see these things. These players are saying, "Oh, he's a good leader." The coaches are saying he's a good leader. We only seeing what we seeing from camera view. That's all we see. That's all we see though. We don't really see as much off camera. And that's because maybe he's not on camera. Maybe he's not doing things just to show and trying to prove and everything. The stuff that I do see is good for me. Like I do see him being a leader. I do see him rallying his team and speaking his team every before the games. He rallying the team. He's speaking to him. I do see all that. He might not know no Brian Dawkins, or he might not be no Malcolm Jenkins, but like he does that, and I see him actually a lot of time holding players accountable. He's on that sideline speaking to the players. No matter what, like he's on that sideline speaking to the players. I see that a lot of time. So to say that he's not a leader and not a good leader is really diabolical. It's really a shame to hear that. Now you could say he could improve his leadership. I could understand that. If you want to word it better in that type of sense, I could understand that. To say that he could be a better leader. He could get better in his leadership. Then I could understand that. I can still say I feel like he's pretty good, but I can understand that because there's some stuff that I would want to see too. But to question him like he don't have leadership and he doesn't, like, it's really shameful to hear. I like what I'm seeing with Hurts. Yes, he didn't have all that of a great year of a season last season, but yo, he did what he could. Like he did what it's like playing 21 blackjacks. It's like playing spades. You know, a lot of times we hear this stuff when playing spades. It's not the hand that you dealt, but how you play it, how you play with it. How you no, like sometimes it is the hand you dealt. Sometimes it is. Sometimes, especially you with a team and you've been dealt with a bad hand, you like, yo, dog, like you're gonna have to take over because I don't got nothing right now. Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes it is what is dealt with your hand. That's why card games is about luck. Sometimes it is. Like and in this situation, I just feel like he was dealt the wrong cards. Like, Jalen Hurts really was dealt the wrong cards. Like, you know, and it happens. There's not nothing new with the Eagles. If you've been an Eagles fan for many, 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 many years, our organization always is the up and down. We never could be a steady pace. We don't know how to keep players. We always get good players for one season. The next season, those players is not there no more. Like you already know this is what goes on with the Eagles. So it's not really so much his fault. It's the same thing dealing with Carson Wentz. He had a good year that 2017 to 18 season, and then beginning of 18 to 19 season didn't look very well. But that particular year, I did not blame that year on him. It's because we did not have the right set of players, the same players. And also players were dropping passes. It was a mess of a year for Carson Wentz those 2 years. Now I could say going on to 19 and 20, he didn't look very well, and that's what happened, but it just I just felt like we just wasn't every time we get a set quarterback and they look good and we build something around them and they got the pieces that they need. Now they're able to show their potential. We we give it up the next year. Like when you got teams that is able to keep players for their quarterback. You might say, okay, Patrick Mahomes lost some players, but at the same time, you have a good coach that know how to work and coach around that. Know how to coach when you have players that's not all that good. What can you do when you got players, when you're lacking with players and you got coaches that just not that good? Like, what can you do as a quarterback when you are lacking in coaching on both sides of the field, and one side of the field is inexperienced players at all the way, and that's the defense. And the offense can't get in a rhythm because the coach that's calling plays on the offense ain't doing nothing. And you don't have a help because your defense is ain't nothing. So what as a quarterback, I guarantee you, and I'm gonna say this, I don't care nobody say, I guarantee you, if Patrick Mahomes had that same adversity, he would not look that good. He won't look good at all. I guarantee you. If he had the same circumstance and had to face the same adversity, he would not have went into the Super Bowl. And I stand by it. Why? Because he if what can you do? What can you do when you don't have the players around you and you got bad coach? Andy Reid is a good coach. Yeah, sometimes you could scratch your head. Sometimes, rarely, or once in a while, you might scratch your head or wonder what Andy Reid Mike was thinking on certain plays or whatever. But overall, he know how to call plays. This man know how to scheme up offense. This man know how to do it. Got a pretty good play calling on defense itself, but he know how to figure defense out. That's what Andy Reid does. Jalen Hurts don't have that. And then having a horrible defense at the same time. Like, come on, like, I guarantee you, any quarterback, Tom Brady, whatever you want to name it, that's in that same position wouldn't succeed either. If you want to debate on it, we could debate on it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they would not have that same type of season, if they had the same situation, put in the same. Oh, you could say, oh, he could have, like I say, you could say he could have audible, he could have did all that, whatever. Like, come on, like two things. Like I always say, coaches get paid to be coaches. Offensive coaches get paid to do their job. Why he should do his job all 4 quarters. Now, once in a while, you got to do a check down. You got to audible. Yeah, cool. They act like Jalen Hurts don't do that. But like I said before, what is the difference if you audible into if you audible out of one bad play to another bad play? Like if every play in the playbook, because your offensive coordinator plays, Nick Sirianni plays, if every play in the playbook is predictable, it doesn't matter where you audible to. When you gonna start up there making your own play that nobody practicing on? Like, what you gonna do? No, you out there with plays that you didn't create. The coaches created. No matter if you audible, you're gonna audible to another play that they've created. And if it's so predictable, it doesn't matter. What can you do? No, you are not going to name no quarterback that will be able to handle that. No, you will not. Tom Brady had a Bill Belichick. And even after he had a Bill Belichick, he still had a better coach on the Buccaneers. Like, still had a good scheme, a good offensive calling. That's what I'm not saying he didn't game change that block. I'm not saying that. I feel like he just was a quarterback, know how to read the defense and he know how to pass. That's good. But at the same time, he still wasn't his plays out there. Like, so not trying to get too much off topic. I'm just saying that, yo, he just had a rough season because he could only play where he was dealt. And sometimes when you're dealt, the cards you are dealt does matter. Because sometimes there ain't nothing you can do when you don't got nothing. And that's what it was. But the question is leadership, man. Come on, man. He's a good leader. He could get better. Don't get me wrong. I understand a lot of stuff is missing in there. Um, but him, I would say more him being more, I won't say aggressive, but more stern when he's checking players, like when he holding them accountable and everything. You know, a little bit more stern with that, but at the same time, it's his way. Like, and if the players respect it, the players respect it. If they don't have a problem with it, you see they rally around him all the time. So that's all that important. If he got the chemistry with the players, that's all that important. That's what that's all that's important. Like, that's all that matters. So yeah, no, I don't get the questions and I don't get the whatever, but at least the players, at least the coach see it, and hopefully, other people would say it, and this season that coming up, Jalen Hurts get a better chance to show his potential that we saw the season prior. So, yeah, that's been said. I want to move on. Like, another thing, I didn't really hear too much about Haason Reddick, but excuse me. I didn't hear too much about Haason Reddick yet, but last time I was hearing that his contract wasn't solidified yet. They still didn't really. Nick Sirianni even said, like 4 days, 3 to 4 days ago on his press conference, he even said that you know they don't know what was going to go on with it, but he hoping that he still will be at Eagles. And I'm pretty sure most Eagles fans want Hassan to still be an Eagle. They probably want him to be Eagles for as long as he can. And but I haven't really heard no update on it of him being solidified in that position, being back in the Eagles. I hope they don't mess that up, man. We really still need this guy. Like, he is a major piece in our pass rush, and we still need our pass rusher. Yes, they didn't get in like they supposed. Like, we wanted them to get in there on this season that passed, but they got in there. It just they couldn't get there because our secondary, we all know, couldn't give them enough time. Like, but if we get a good enough secondary this season coming that could give our pass rusher a good enough time, he Hassan Reddick definitely could still be a major piece. He could get those sacks like he got before, like, and he could get those double-digit sacks, like, So I feel like he's still hungry for us, and he's still a major piece in his pass rushing. So please, please, I hope they learn how to keep, like, because we always letting go players too much, and we always rebuilding. Let's try to keep the same team. Like, I know certain players we all looking to leave, like number one Bradbury. Everybody want him to go. Like, the way I wish him luck. I don't want to. I don't like wishing bad on people because everybody need to eat. Everybody need to feed their family and all that. But he it's not working out with you and on this team, bro. It's something not working out. Maybe the chemistry is something. Maybe you'll do better on another team, and I wish you well and everything, but you hey, you lost all hope for most every Eagles fan and people that's not even Eagles fan, like, so, but let's at least try to keep some viable players, man. Don't like they need to learn how to we always letting go too many players, and that's why we look different. That's why we always on a roller coaster. That's why we always up and down. One season we are great, next season we go back down. The next thing you know, we're great again, and then we go back down. Like, we're never consistent as a good team. It's because we don't never keep the same players. You're not going to be really the same good team if you don't have the same players. Most good teams that stay good and they be able to keep mostly their good players. But it seemed like we always struggle with that. I don't understand this organization. We get a solid team. After we get a solid team, next thing you know, oh, he left. He left. Yeah, don't get me with the salary cap. I understand that it's a salary cap. You can't pay everybody. But if you got a lot of teams that's figuring out how to do it, and they got players that's getting paid well, why is we having a hard time playing? Like, I feel like we spend all these one million, $1.2 million contracts on these small when we could have paid a little bit more to players we need, like CJ Gardner Johnson or whatever. We just bring back a lot of these players for 1 year, and all that. For what? We like I said, we wasted money on Rashawn Penny. Wasted money on, brought him back, spend money. Which I was like, yo, we got too many running backs though. But hey, everybody was excited for him, which it was cool because he a stronger back. He, he could squeeze through the tackles. He was, he's a running back that we need, a bigger running back, and I was with it. But you do that and not use him. You could have just used that money on somebody else. Then what's the point? You spending, going get wasting that contract. You got him and didn't use him. You just wasting money. Like, what? I don't get it. Not didn't give him no reps. Didn't give him nothing. Like I thought from the Seahawks game, when we played the Seahawks and lost that game on some craziness, I thought he was gonna at least get some reps in that, and then a little bit after that to get prepared for the playoffs, just in case we need to multitask and utilize him Swift, then give it to Swift and then dump it off of him when we need to get into the end zone and all that. No, I thought we was gonna utilize them more, which we should have did, but we wasted money. If we wasn't gonna use them, like, what was the point of getting them? If we wasn't gonna use our running backs, period, what's the point of getting? I mean, I'm glad we got Swift, but what's the point of all the other ones? Like, I just didn't understand that we hold on so much money and we let go so much money and waste it when we could have used that on keeping certain players. Like, and that was one thing I understand. So, but yeah, like I was saying, man, Haason Reddick, he definitely still could be a major piece in his pass rush, and I pray that I look up and I go on Eagles media and I go on Twitter or YouTube or whatever, and I just see a post and they say Hassan Reddick been re-signed for a good contract. I'm gonna be happy. Like, I'm gonna be like, yo, man, yes. I know a lot of people want them to try to get CJ Gardner Johnson to return, but that's a slim chance. Like, he probably don't even want to even come back. Like, but we do need somebody to on that safety on the defensive side to pick up on that secondary, the safety and the corners, but major the linebackers, man. Linebackers, yo. I don't it's just so hard to find the right linebacker, yo. Maybe it's not enough in the league, like, or something, like, I don't know. But it just seemed like it's just hard for us when it comes to linebackers. It's just hard. Like I said, at least we wanted more. Not, and I could be honest. I was a little bit, you know, criticizing. I was more of a critic come to when I came against Kaiser White and Edwards. I was a bit critic of them because I just wanted to see more that I didn't see. I felt like they left a lot out there on the field that they could have did, and but they did way more better than the linebackers we had this season. I would rather have them than any other. Like, at least they knew how to tackle. At least they knew how to come up and stop a run. They probably was getting their ankles broken a little bit, couldn't get down the field quick enough. A lot of times, that's what I was seeing. But when it came to tackle and stopping plays, man, they was good with that. If we would at least had them two, a lot of drives we could have stopped and it could have gave us a chance. But we didn't have that in these linebackers. And so, I bite my tongue when I say, like, when I criticize them. I could be honest, it's because I guarantee a lot of people wanted to see more from them. But they was still had good tackling. I just wanted them to cover more better. Like, their coverage could have been way more better. And I didn't see a good enough coverage in their game plan, but at least they knew how to tackle and they know how to stop plays and tackling open field and everything. So, but man, like, please bring back Hassan Reddick. Please get this defense where they need to be. Like, we need our pass rushers to stay good. Need them to stay hungry. We don't know. We still don't know what's gonna happen with Brandon Graham. Like, it's more percentage that he's not gonna come back. Um, it's more percentage that Fletcher Cox probably don't come back. I didn't hear too much. Maybe I'm wrong. If you did, please correct me. But man, like, if those two go, we definitely gonna need Haason Reddick. We can't lose all three, man. Come on, like, then now what we gonna be? If we lose all three of them and our pass rushes get weaker. I mean, we still got Sweaty, like, he's pretty good. We still got some players on there, but it's not gonna be the same when we have multiple good pass rushes. Now it's like we diluting our pass rush, like, and then we don't get our secondary right, and maybe they get a little better, probably. Our defense gonna be back to square one. Like, it's just not gonna look. We're gonna see the same thing. Like, especially if we not getting pressure on the quarterbacks, they probably gonna even get more time to eat up on our secondaries. Like, so man, we gotta find a way to get this man back, man. Find a way. I don't know what. You better call somebody. You better do some. Find a way to get this man back. Like, don't let him slip through y'all fingers. I'm gonna be really upset if you let Haason Reddick slip through y'all fingers, and when we need players like this. So that being said, done. Like, that's what I just want to speak about. I didn't want to hold. I gotta grind and do some more things, and then I gotta be back to work and everything. So gotta grind elsewhere. Just want to make a quick video based on what I've been hearing about the rumors on Jalen Hurts, questions on Jalen Hurts leadership, and Nick Sirianni was talking about Haason Reddick about what's going to go with him. Like, so, yo, man, I hope on this off season, we start seeing a lot of good positive, and we see some good changes, some development, um, and hopefully the good development and the good changes we see will actually show forth on next season, because we was all hyped last off season, the draft and everything, when the plays we was picking up, the moves that we was making, the Eagles was making, and everything. We was all like, yo, but then the season started. It was like, like, this is not how this supposed to went down. Like, not at all. Not how the off season. We was like the number one team with a good off season. Like, so, and then going to the and getting one and done in the playoff and losing 5 out of 6 games. Like, that's that doesn't look like how we should have looked, for who we had picked up, but man, these young guys, they just need to be developed especially on the defense side. I still have hope in them. Some players, like I said, they need to take the back burner. But some of these young guys on our team, do not give up on them. I still believe in Sidney Brown. I still believe in Reed Blankenship a little bit. I know some people don't believe in him, but at least he had that potential. It's just a lot of development, a lot of stuff he did last season with him jumping plays and his eyes on the wrong receivers when he needs to be focused on his receiver, looking at the quarterback at the wrong time. Those type of situations that it takes develop. And sometimes we keep cleaning houses. We're going to keep getting players that need to develop and don't have experience. Like, we need to get a coach that develop these young players so they could be quick and with a good IQ and know how to move. Like, they have potential. They just need develop experience in defense IQ. If we could get a quarterback to do that, we could keep young guys that's hungry and that's quick, that know how to get up and down the field, that know how to move. Instead of getting these guys that, you feel like have experience, but they out of shape and they can't move the same way. And now they can't get up and down the field and they getting their ankles broken. Like, it's a new generation. It's not like how it used to be. People are a little bit more slimmer and quicker and moving now. So we need young guys to keep up. We don't need these sluggish type to finish. Like, so develop these young guys on our team, on our defense, develop them. Like, don't keep clean the houses too much. Now, some players, like I said, need back burners, but don't do it too much. Some of these guys on our defense, they have the potential. They just lacking development. And they lacking IQ. They lacking all these things that you could give them, and you could, and then when you will give them these things, you will see their potential shine. You will see them doing better. That's why some players you see they be worse in 1 or 2 seasons. Next thing you know, they be all great. Why? It's because they developed. They got development. They went to a team with a coach that helped them develop, to make them look something, that build something around them. Like, that realize what is their flaws, what they are good at, what they not, what is their weakness, what is they lacking at. Let me put them in this position because they lacking in this way. Maybe he's not good at safety. Maybe he probably shine more better at linebacker. Maybe he's not good at linebacker. He probably shine more better at cornerback. Like, develop these guys in their potential or whatever. Like, this is what a coach we need to do. Like, and like, some of these young guys that we saw that had hiccups and had a lot of mess ups and a lot of stuff that they did this prior season. Like, I still have hope and I still believe in them. If we could get somebody in there that could develop and show them their weakness and show them their mistakes and help them to get out of their own way. Like, and that's what a coach is there for. You coaching them to get them out of their own way, to get them out of their bad habits. Can we get a coach to get these players out of their bad habits? To get these young guys that's hungry, that's going to make an effort to tackle, that's going to show in sweat, blood, sweat, and tears out on that field. Like, you're not these older guys that already did it. They don't got really that much to prove. Like, so that being said and done, man, we need some guys. We need guys on this defense, and we definitely need Haason Reddick. And that's just what it is. So, man, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna talk more. You're gonna see me again, like between me and my bro. I appreciate the people that was viewing this. If you come back after, please let me know how you feel. Put it in the comments. Like I said, subscribe, follow the YouTube channel if you want to join in. If you want to, and let me know how you feel. Give me your opinion, even if you disagree. It doesn't matter. Like, we talking football, we talking Eagles or whatever. Like, I would like to hear your point of view. So if you want to join in, we all welcome. Join in. So just follow the YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And like I said, if you coming from different platforms or anything else, you can follow me on Twitter. That's when I'm at there. Continue to follow me there. And man, like, we get the discussion going. We could talk about anything, Eagles or football. So but yeah, y'all, I'm gonna come back. That's my little brief video. I gotta go up and handle some other more stuff. But I'm gonna be back with y'all again. Just continue to stay tuned, continue to follow. You already know, man. We're gonna be at it. So this your boy Hype Jers. Thank you for tuning in to Hype Eagles. Boy, Bergen, I'm out.